Yo, what's up, guys? Is anybody there? Where am I? Uh, Shoot, I lost myself. Yo, I'm back, guys. Hope you guys had a good day off. Did not stream yesterday. Um, yeah. So I was streaming Saturday, and then I don't know what happened. My stream just cut. I don't think it was YouTube or anything. I think the software maybe just cut. But happy to be back. My voice sounds a little weird, but okay. First thing in the morning, shout out to IBJJF. Man, I really love the IBJJF. Let me just read this email I got back from them. Dear athlete, I don't have a name. I'm just athlete. Thank you for your interest in Atlanta Spring International Open Championship 2025. At this point, registration for the championship has closed, and unfortunately, we will not be registering any additional athletes. If you wish, check the site for the next championship with open registrations. We apologize for the inconvenience. Thank you, IBJJF. Really appreciate this email. I emailed them last week trying to, get my registration approved, which I don't know why I got to keep doing it every year. Every year I got to keep doing more and more steps, and I don't understand why. So just huge shout out to IBJJF, just the best organization ever. They take such good care of us, and, such a personalized feedback, dear athlete, it really makes the 10 years that I've been a part of the IBJJF portal, so worthwhile, and all that money. Thank you, IBJJF. So won't be able to do Atlanta Open, so instead I'm going to do ADCC. We got ADCC Atlanta coming, so I'm going to put my money towards that. So just wanted to give IBJJF a huge shout out. Thank you so much. I really appreciate just how timely, such timely feedback, and, just amazing. Just a great organization, Can't even register for their tournaments. Been in the system for 10 years, can't even register for the tournament in time for, so yeah. Nothing else I could do on that one, guys. Got to let that one go. Yeah, apparently my registration lapsed. I didn't know. I don't go to the portal to check when my registration is good, but it lapsed like right before the due date for the tournament, which was last week basically. So just maybe they can add a system that tells you, hey, your registration's coming up, you need to renew it, or maybe not make me go through all these hurdles to sign up for the tournament that I've done for 10 years, basically over 10 years. So yeah, I might need to look into some other tournaments, guys, because that's kind of a hassle. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Just taking one day off. A lot of stuff catches up to us. So let's look at Kennedy Blades from wrestling. She's got a nice throw for us. Hey. Let's watch it one more time, guys. Hey. Jason asked me, which tournament are you talking about? I'm talking about the IBJJF Atlanta Open, Spring Open. So they do this about 3 times a year. So there'll be another Atlanta Open, guys. Don't worry. I just hate jumping through hurdles. We talked about it, I think, last episode. So you got to get signed off by your coach or whoever's in charge of your team. You have to, what else do we have to do? You have to send a new picture in. So you got to find a plain white background, which I have some backgrounds. You got to take a new picture. You got to sing your ID, the front and back of your ID. So I don't know why they added that. And then you got to pay the fee before you can even register for the tournament. So every year they make more hurdles for us athletes to register for tournaments. Even though you're in the system, you've been competing for the whole time, you have to do more and more stuff. And I mean, it's getting less worth it for me, to be honest. Like, I don't really get too much out of it, to be honest. and the fees go up. I think the fees used to be like $30 a month, $30 a year. Then it went to $35. Now it's at $40. So I don't know. And they just continue to. I mean, I just want to be treated well. If you're paying money for something, I feel like you should be treated well. But what do I know? Paying money for tournaments and traveling and registration. I mean, I never got anything back from IBJJF. Not once have they ever given me anything. Not a sandwich, not some water. They ain't never given me nothing. James says, exactly. And how much do they put back into the culture? They invest a little bit. they invest the minimum they need to. One thing for sure, they're gonna stay around, because they don't put that much money back into the sport. I mean, they do like the IBJJF Crown and the Grand Prix, but we're trying to get them to put that money towards the World Championships, so that would be a little bit more beneficial. I just want to be treated well. I just want to be treated well, Dear athlete, that's said everything. So I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay. It's one of the things that is making me annoyed trying to compete again. Local comps are hard to get multiple matches in. Higher ranks too. I almost understand the sandbag. Yeah. Yeah, so when you get to the higher belts, you have less matches. You're paying the same fee. So I pay the same amount, but I get less matches. Which is, it's kind of okay because you don't, at black belt, at least adult, you don't want to fight too many matches. It's just not that good for you. I mean, there's a lot of things they can improve on. They are the best show. Obviously, they're running Brasileiros. They're running several tournaments. I just, their international federation. I just wish they were using they're using USA time, like Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 p.m. And I'm thinking, man, you run most of your tournaments obviously Saturday, Sunday. So you should have someone, able to respond to messages, during the weekend, during that peak time, that might, they're going to have to add another $5 for that though, guys. We're going to have to pay another $5 for, Nick, he says, I cleaned my room over the weekend and looked through my old copy of Mastering the Rubber Guard Memories. Yeah. Eddie Bravo's, he's one of the best Americans to do it. Give me that sweet, sweet no-show gold medal. Yo, Quan. Rich Homie Quan can do that because he Masters 3. Masters 3, Masters 1 and 2, you got to fight. Masters 3, all right. Yeah. Masters 3 ain't playing around. Give me that medal. Quan, how you look like you in the juvenile division, but you Masters 3? Rich Homie Quan. Actually, there was another. I just saw something on here. Can I refresh it? Let's see. Does it update? Let me refresh it real fast. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay not spending my money on IBJF right now. That's okay. Listen, IBJJF, I'll keep my money. Yo, the tournament about 160 guys for one division. One division. And God forbid you do two division. Yo, with registration and say you did two divisions, you paying $300. And sometimes at black belt, that's two matches, in the weight class. Danny says, hopefully they don't have around $87 membership like USJA. Is that judo? I thought the $40 a year $40 a year was bad on IBJF. You know what? We talked about NCAA, the grappling that's coming up. They're gonna have, well, obviously they're a collegiate club, so they have insurance and some other stuff. So if they could add some insurance for us, that would be helpful. If you get injured, you got some insurance for the tournament. Now some people might abuse it. You hurt yourself in training. Well, I'm gonna go sign up for the tournament and then get that ACL repaired. Let me get that ACL repaired. I'll go out there, Go out there, get caught in a knee bar. Yo. Tap out. Okay, I need surgery. Nick says, when I started, it was $50 for as many divisions as you could qualify for. In judo? Yeah, that's probably, you guys know IBJF just copies whatever judo does, right? You know, the gi requirements, the gi checker, all that stuff, they just copy judo. And talking about judo, we got J-Flow right here. J-Flow, what is J-Flow doing? Quan says Masters Worlds always has stacked Masters 3 Well, that I'm saying the regular tournaments, Quan, not Masters Worlds in Vegas where people can't wait to go. I'm saying the regular tournaments, bro. Only tournament worth paying. Yeah, well, that's true. You definitely gonna get some matches at Masters Worlds at all the belt levels. Danny says it's judo. I'd have to double check. It might actually cover some stuff insurance wise. I'm newer to it, so I gotta get more info. Yeah, I think you guys at least get some insurance and stuff. I don't know what my IBJJF membership goes towards. Maybe it's Carlos Gracie's divorce payments or something. I don't know. Where are they going to? Where's that money going towards? So we got J-Flow here. He's at the Kodokan. He's training some judo. The home of judo, essentially, right? Kodokan in Tokyo. Well, it says the birthplace of judo, so pretty cool to see J-Flow out there. I can't play no music, bro. I played a Wierzinski technique video, and bro, that music got hit. I think it was Pantera or something. So yeah, J-Flow over there doing his thing. I saw this post. It was kind of interesting. It said martial artist versus athlete. What's the difference? So I was like, what's the difference? I kind of got my ideas, but let's see what they got on with this post. Let me see. Oh, is this is that a Lovato school? He says not just about. Look, there's nothing wrong with being an athlete. Being a strong, fast, competitive practitioner in your chosen martial art, but being a true martial artist goes much deeper. It's not just about performance. It's about character, discipline, and how you carry yourself on and off the mats. I mean, if that's true, then most jiu-jitsu people aren't martial artists because, they don't carry themselves well on or off the mat. They're not disciplined. Character, they ain't got that either. So I would have to say most jiu-jitsu people, I'm thinking about the instructors and black belts guys. I wouldn't say they were martial artists then. Train to grow. An athlete trains to win, whereas a martial artist trains to grow. This is because athletes often chase results, medals, records, and rankings. But a martial artist chases self-mastery. They're in it for the process, for the lessons, for who they become through the struggle, not just what they get out of it. Yeah, I especially nowadays, I wouldn't consider most people martial artists. Value the art. Martial artists value the art. They study the why, not just the how, and they care about details, principles, and the martial arts lifestyle as a whole. They show respect to their training partners. Well, that's most of us got crossed out of that, huh? Respect to your training partners, to the academy and the roots of the art. To them, it's not just sport, it's a way of life. The spirit, athleticism fades with years. The martial arts spirit lasts for as long as you keep cultivating it. Qualities like humility, patience, discipline, and resilience, those are timeless. That's what keeps you on the mats for a lifetime. I was about to say a long time, but a lifetime. That's what carries over into everything else in your life. Lead by example. Martial artists don't just roll hard. They train smart. They help others. They stay consistent even when no one's watching and when there's no goal to compete for. And they hold themselves to a standard that goes far beyond gold medals or highlights. Train for life. Not just for the sake of their career. Not just because of the results they want to accomplish, but because jiu-jitsu makes them feel fulfilled. They train because they love the gentle art and because they want to live their passion for the rest of their lives. and they're eager to use this love to pass on their knowledge to the next generation. Retirement? Lovato must have wrote this. A true martial artist wants to challenge themselves in new ways to continue growing. They do not fear growth and failures that may go along with it, as they understand the end of the goal is to keep becoming better. So they will not hide behind their name or protect their career. They will compete for as long as they can, wherever they can, as it is a way to improve, not prove. There's no real retirement, just a drive to stay on the mats. Forever a student. An athlete shows up to play and doesn't always learn. On the flip side, a true martial artist, is a forever student and is humble enough to learn from anyone and is hungry for knowledge. Every single day, every single training session is a learning opportunity for him or her and an opportunity to improve, win or lose. And then forever, Quan says he needs to get back in the MMA cage. Well, he got some brain lesions, but I guess that ain't stopping him. I think he's doing good, man. He's got some kids now, some twins or something like that, so it's okay. Yes, a martial artist is forever a student, but also forever a teacher, someone who wishes to share their knowledge with their training partners and or students. Furthermore, they are forever a fighter. They love to challenge themselves and push their own limits as much and in as many ways as they can. Forever a student, forever a teacher, forever a fighter. This is a martial artist. Awesome, cool. Shout out to Lovato, bro. He's still, Quan said retire from BJJ and make his MMA return. Well, he going to wrestling, bro. He doing the opposite. Most wrestlers retire and go to MMA. He retired from MMA and he's going into wrestling. So he went the opposite way. So we got Mika Gaval. He had an awesome match. Spoiler alert from a day ago, basically. Saturday. So we covered some of the stream. And I guess it's called a Twitch raid when they come on, the people from Twitch come on your stream. Well, everybody thought I was streaming the matches, so I was like, bro, calm down. We just did the pre-show and the prelims. So I probably will never stream a major event at all. I want you guys to support Flow Grappling and these other organizations. And then that keeps me out of trouble, So Mika versus Roberto, I thought I kind of called Roberto getting to the finals, so I didn't call the ending of this, so we're just going to watch it together, even if you've seen it already.
Bom, meus amigos, agora ajeitem-se no sofá, porque o bicho vai pegar. É nitroglicerina pura, de um lado Mika Galvão, do outro lado Roberto Jimenez, valendo R$100 mil, grande final desse
Again,
GP.
Mika's Brazilian, Roberto's, he's from Ecuador.
BJJ Starts.
Aí são dois fios desencapados, hein? Em rota de colisão, e agora o negócio vai ficar sério demais.
E acredito que
I was just watching the Brazilian stream too. I didn't watch the American stream.
Uma final eletrizante, dois atletas que lutam pra frente, como você já colocou hoje, né, Vitor Doria? Até entre aspas, obviamente, irresponsáveis, mas que
pretty wild. Mika wasn't using his wrestling that day. What happened to Mika's wrestling, man?
Roberto Jimenez, que entrou aos 46
Hey,
do
double.
tempo nesse GP e já vai ali pro double leg na maciota, levou
So he's looking for the arm immediately.
Braço, hein?
Yeah.
Não bateu. Vixe,
Looking for the arm
Maria,
again.
Gabriel
Nice by Roberto.
Cara, numa entrada, iniciativa.
If that wasn't a spoiler alert, I don't know what is, guys.
Jimenez, o Mika sai pro braço ali de lado, né? Torcendo o ombro, depois sai pro
Quan said he's going to get good at wrestling so that he can get the sweet collegiate wrestling money. Yeah, I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get that collegiate wrestling money.
Que o Frank Mir fazia muito no UFC. E o Mika tem essa posição assim muito afinada. E eu quero mudar a minha palavra aqui, não é irresponsável, na verdade é...
He was listening to your stream last week, yeah.
Vamos de ousadia e alegria.
É ousadia e alegria, é bem isso aí. Então,
o jogo é solto, né, cara?
Coisa muito bonita, cara, de ver, muito bonita.
So, Mika, his wrestling is actually really good, but his guards, like, that's his bread and butter, guys.
Aceitando porque também já tinha o bote
And that arm lock, those arm bars come out of nowhere. He's so strong and flexible.
É muito legal ver isso aí, muito legal.
Let's watch the setup, so...
Lembrando que nesse momento,
I'm not sure. I believe it's from an overhook. He's probably able to overhook the arm.
É a final, mas a regra ela se mantém igual a da eliminatória. Pode ser
yes.
mesmo depois quando
I call it reverse armbar. I don't know what you guys call it. Arm trap.
Positiva, ela só vai entrar depois do
So watch Roberto's right arm, guys. So that's a lesson for if you're gonna fight Mika, guys. Watch for this arm. Watch where he put. Yeah, right there. That was it.
Que pressão, hein? Meu Deus. Armlock.
Oh, armlock.
Nossa senhora.
Ah.
Envergou o braço ali, hein?
Meu Deus do céu, bicho. Ele não deixou.
Mas não desiste o Robert Jimenez. Não bateu.
Vai tomar de novo.
De mais uma.
That arm hurts. Don't just shake his arm after you break it. You can call it a shoulder crunch. Yo, why he shake the hand, guys? Why he shake the arm he broke? Yo, shake the other arm. You see, you saw that guy? He's shaking the arm that he broke. Like, bro, my arm hurts. My arm. So yeah, would be shoulder crunch or reverse armbar. It's basically a Marcelo Garcia move. Roberto went to collar tie the head here. So it happened. It was telegraphed there a little bit. We're gonna slow it down a little bit, guys. Not quality. Where's the playback speed? Let's slow it down a little bit. Yeah, so that was telegraphed. That was the warning to Roberto, because he went for an armbar. He went for an armbar on that arm. He went for shoulder crunch, reverse armbar once. So that was the lesson to not do it again. So I wouldn't consider that a blunder. So he does it again, and then boom, right there. Nice, and he's able to control that. Usually the guys can slip out. He's able to follow. And look at his legs, guys. That's how he's able to keep the armbar. And he's really trying to break it. Here it loosened up. He should. That was the only time he would have gotten out, and that was it. I don't think it's dislocated. He definitely hyperextended. Rich Homie Kwan says, "Who you got, Mika or one of the Rotulos?" Well, I think Ty right now he kind of jacked up, guys. He got jacked up at CJI, so he been out. As much as I like Mika, bro, as much as I like Mika, I mean, Cade, I haven't seen Cade lose. Have you guys seen Cade lose?
Cade Rotolo's brother, Mika, just constantly recovers, and Cade just does not stop moving.
Cade is kind of hard to beat.
Cade is doing
he won CJI, he won ADCC.
Keeping his legs safe, even though Mika's has a lot of offensive.
I mean, the only person that could keep Cade off of them was Levi, and Levi got one of the best guards in the world.
Keeping him, he's doing a good job. Now there is a potential that if Mika can go get his bottom leg underneath like this, so false street position. He had the overwrap of the other leg, which would have been interesting. Let's go for a calf
There is
slicer.
a calf slicer here from that position
backwards,
too.
though. He got it backwards.
Deep there.
Get out of there, Mika.
Counter for Cade though. The problem with that calf slicer is that you can leave your other leg open for an attack, and that's kind of what's going on right now.
The thing is, Cade
you have to be a little cautious.
More dangerous than Mika,
because if you have a flexible quad, that can
look
be
at Cade, bro. He's trying to tear your leg off. Like he's literally trying to tear his leg off.
Just reefing on that heel there.
And it's a good attack on Cade has. He could also switch to a toe hold attack.
Mika gets his foot out.
Dang.
Great use of the wizard there from Cade, but the scramble's not finished
Mika,
yet.
I mean, they're both technical, but Cade, Cade kind of reminds me of John Jones a little bit.
Foot stomp, passing, in play.
Like he'll hurt you. I mean, Mika will break your arm. I think Cade will. I just feel like he's
got to be careful.
Try to hurt you even more than that.
At any moment. And the craziest thing is, if Mika reverses him for a clean sweep or a clean takedown, he ends up on side. He's got to watch out for buggy jokes.
Yeah, either one of these guys can snag a submission in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, my man using everything. My man a little dirty, huh?
Passing positions to weigh on
Kate a little dirty, bro. Put the hair on you. Put the hands on you.
It's kind of unusual. Mika's always in a great spot. We see him already improve his position now, but these glimmers for Cade are looking good.
Yeah, he's going to try to pull off a steamer lock.
It's crazy. Cade just won.
He's in good position on this foot. Mika's got to invert on that.
You know, out of nowhere, not out of nowhere, but just like first year, 19 years old, was able to win ADCC.
Mika doing such a good job of inverting, tangling the leg, but he's just not able to stabilize and finish those sweeps. Attacking the leg is Mika Galvão there. Cade rotating out. Little back step action there. Mika doubling down, going belly down here.
Yeah, straight Achilles lock. Probably could use a little more bridging power there. Maybe put the feet to the hips.
I also feel like the Rotullo twins dimensions are, lanky.
Just the Rotullos in general.
Just lanky and flexible. That's the worst. That's the worst kind of body type to fight.
Very flexible
and speedy. Hips. They might lose their speed as they get heavier, but
40 seconds left in this match.
When they were this size, it was like they were nightmares for everybody.
And this is one thing that the Rotullos both love to do. If they get to that north-south position with no connection, they will back away and actually make their opponent use more core strength to try and keep some kind of frame in place. It's pretty unique to them and very, very draining.
We'll speed up a little bit, guys. Actually, it's almost done.
25 seconds left in this match. Battle of the Fight Sports versus
Here's Mika doing some dirty jitsu
at the 2022 ADCC World Championship. And either Mika or Cade will become the youngest ever champion of ADCC in this weight class.
That was the last time we see Mika lose, huh?
Ty Rotolo, Mika Galvão, when Ty was trying to get to north-south standing, unable to commit. Points are on. Could see a change of pace here.
Yo, Quan, you think Mika can beat this guy?
That looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, Cade trying to wrist lock. Mika kind of smiling underneath there.
Well, no, don't do that.
Cade just sliding knee slide, just like out of nowhere.
My Brazilians, I like Mika too, but Cade hard to beat.
Drops the knee right through the legs.
I mean, he still got a loss versus Cade, so. And Cade won CJI. Yo, not only did Cade win a better tournament, he got more money.
A page at Akaina Duarte's book, controlling the wrist from the top position.
Let's run it back. America versus Brazil. Let's go, guys.
Mika to underhook his left leg with that right hand, so he can complete his pass.
Thinking about a single.
Rich Omicron says, I think when Baby Shark and Mika go into the Army, they better just have them be BJJ instructors for the soldiers. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we don't want them doing anything real.
To his feet with those. And I think even if he does, he runs the risk of Cade just scrambling right out. So he's got to be careful. Sean Williams, I see a bear trap on that side.
That's right. Yeah, he's got a bear trap opportunity. He's got to open up the knee a little, and then pass the leg to the other side so that he does not get countered with that back take. But yeah,
so here, so rewind. All right. So here, Mika kind of screwed up.
Opportunity's got to open up.
Mika screwed up here, guys. He screwed up here. Probably giving them sweet bonuses. Who, ADCC or the Brazilian government?
A little, and then pass the leg to the other side.
So here, Mika screwed up. He screwed up. He was looking for a backside attack, but he left his own heel exposed.
Oh, he's stabbing.
And Cade Rotolo just submitted Mika Galvão. Are you kidding?
You know what? They got to run it back, bro.
Cade Rotolo.
They got to run it back, you know. Let's run it back.
ADCC just submitted the monster from Manaus.
They got to run that one back. They got to run that one back. They also we need Ty versus Mika too. We got to run that one back as well. So we had some matches. I might just push these matches to tomorrow. I think that was good. We watched 2 matches, so that's good. You know, I like covering these stories, but you guys, we got to watch some jiu-jitsu too. You know, that's like the heart of my channel, is like breaking down those matches and seeing what the current athletes are doing. It says Cade held on to that a second too long. Yeah, well, at least he let go. Yeah, of course. You think he was not gonna hold on? Yo, referee, save me, referee. Some of these guys, bro, they put it on, and you know you're tapping, but they don't let go until the referee stops them. So you still taking damage. So now we got George St. Pierre. You guys love George St. Pierre, GSP. He talks about returning to combat sports, something fun like grappling. Is grappling fun? Was that fun over here, guys? Did that look like fun? Let's watch the tap one more time. Did he hold on to that Rich-Homie Quan?
Back take, but yeah. Nice thread.
Let's
left
see.
leg all the way through.
1, 2, 3, 4. Nah, he let go. He let go.
Just submitted. Mika Gal.
He let go, Quan. He let go. You know, they ain't going to give GSP nobody serious like that. It says GSP might be eyeing a return to competition, but not in the way fans might expect. Now recovered from shoulder surgery. That's kind of hard to say. The legendary former UFC champion revealed that while his days of chasing titles are over, he remains open to the idea of stepping into a grappling match under the right circumstances. So he had shoulder surgery, and he's trying to get back to 100%. I would never fight again in mixed martial arts to prove I'm the strongest man. That's over. But for a special event, maybe a charity or something fun like grappling, where the risk of injury is minimized. Well, Margali just tore his shoulder in a grappling event. I still like to compete, but for different reasons. I don't close the door on that. Quan say you trying to pull a Mighty Mouse. Yeah, Mighty Mouse is doing good, bro. You know, he's competing. Just got his black belt and just, you know, stepping out there. GSP, put the gi on, bro. Go do Masters Worlds with Quan. Quan will show you around. Right, Quan? You take him around the city. St. Pierre initially retired in 2013 while still holding the welterweight title, only to return 4 years later to claim the UFC middleweight belt with a win over Michael Bisping. However, the toll of adding weight caught up to him. After battling ulcerative colitis and requiring heavy medication, he chose to vacate the belt and officially step away in 2019. He says, you have to prepare before it happens. I retire with a smile. Fighting is not who I am. It's what I used to do. Of course, I made peace with it. I will probably never feel that rush of adrenaline again, but I find that competitive edge in other things, in the gym, sparring, training with young guys, and in business. So I would consider GSP a true martial artist, you know, based off what we read earlier. Whenever the people stay in shape and they take care of themselves and they keep training, you know, I usually think they're still a martial artist. But when the guys get fat and out of shape, I'm like, I don't know, man. And kind of going back to the thumbnail of the video, we got Joe Rogan talks his biggest leap in jiu-jitsu, becoming friends with Eddie Bravo. Aw, ain't that sweet. Joe Rogan recently reflected on one of the most pivotal moments in his jiu-jitsu journey, his early training sessions with Eddie Bravo. The biggest leap that I ever got in the beginning of my jiu-jitsu journey was when I became friends with Eddie Bravo. We would train in my garage. I had mats in my garage, and we would just drill for like an hour and a half a couple times a week. Instead of live rolling, the two focused on mastering specific techniques, something Rogan believes many practitioners overlook. He was showing me a lot of his rubber guard stuff, like the early stuff, but we would just drill like different positions, how to escape certain positions, how to finish from certain positions, what to be careful of, and then we would go through paths and just go through paths. They practice entire sequences with light resistance to build muscle memory and training awareness. They were doing ecological, guys. Yo, wasn't that ecological? That was ecological. Quan says, let's see him put on the gi. Yeah, I want to see GSP come back. He probably would do more no-gi, but I don't think there's a Masters no-gi World Championship. You know, they have a Masters division at the World Championship, but they don't have one separate for the old dudes. Yeah, so they were doing ecological training, guys. He says that's big now. Drilling is everything. People are flow rolling. So that's cool, man. You know, Eddie Bravo's done a lot for Joe Rogan, and I'm sure Joe Rogan's done a lot for Eddie Bravo. And I never watched this video, so we're going to watch it together, guys. We'll try to get through it as best we can. So it says Eddie Bravo building an empire. So this is on Flow Grappling. Flow, you know, we cool. Remember, Flo, I didn't stream I didn't stream your event, guys. You know me, Flo. We're cool. We're cool, Flo. I'll pay the like tax.
2003. We're in Brazil.
Let's watch, guys. Got about 20 minutes, guys. We holding on.
Fight Royler Gracie seemed so crazy to me.
I'll take the music hit.
Knowing what I know about the Gracies, knowing what a legendary family they're, to see you, my best friend, standing there with Royler Gracie, and you guys are about to grapple. I'm like, and we're in Brazil. I'm like, dude, this is a fucking trip. And Eddie wound up catching him in a triangle. Pull the head, pull the head. Oh my God, oh my God. It was just madness. Like, oh shit, what? We couldn't even believe it.
That's when Eddie got famous,
one of the
guys.
Greatest guys of all time.
He's a legend. I can't believe I won.
He didn't win the tournament, guys, but he won that
It
match.
was a whole new world opened up. So all of a sudden it was like, whoa, this is weird.
Edgy Bravo. Nick says, I love drilling that way, but a lot of people think it's boring. Just call it ecological, bro. They'll be into it.
Hello, I'm Eddie Bravo, and this is actually my real crib. This is what happens when you beat a grappling legend like Royler Gracie. You just make a lot of money. That's right, that's right. There's no money in jiu-jitsu.
Yo, we still complaining about
There's
that.
no money in jiu-jitsu. Should've went to college. You see Eddie?
Don Jack, here we go. Where's he getting at, guys? Where's he getting Machado at? Yo, said he coming for me.
And without no
Pause
further
on that.
ado, boom, hit the music.
Oh, Eddie Bravo.
I grew up a poor Mexican kid. My mom had to raise
Ecological
3
fridge, yeah.
kids with $150 a week. My real father was never around. He had 18 other kids.
Oh, wow.
So, he didn't have that much time for me.
Yeah, 18 kids, bro.
I wasn't around as a playboy, and my stepdad didn't like me. It's a big fucking deal. I don't feel sorry for myself. But it did shape me, because as a kid, you don't know. As a kid, you're just
Look
like,
at that hair, bro.
Nobody loves me and shit. I got obsessed with Kiss, early Motley Crue, early Iron Maiden. Started playing in bands. I wrote songs and everything. Got ready for a concert.
Quan says, you think Eddie would make more money adding gi classes? Yes, of course.
I got really into speed metal. Started playing drums and speed metal bands.
Of course, you make more money with
That was our
the
dream,
gis and the belts.
to conquer the world with our speed metal band. By the time I hit 18, 19, I was burnt out on the speed metal, started secretly getting into The Cure and Depeche Mode, and you couldn't really admit it, because when you're a metalhead thrasher, you can't admit that you like The Cure. I heard Anthrax and Public Enemy get together, and they did Bring the Noise, and that was speed metal and rap. And I thought, man, there needs to be a band doing this stuff. I thought, I'm gonna move to Hollywood, I'm gonna sell my drums, I'm gonna play guitar, and put together a band.
He's such a California guy, bro.
Anthrax, Public Enemy collaboration, that little one-off. But more though, add synthesizer, electronica, synthetic drums, not just natural drums, just everything, but that was the spark.
Hollywood, man.
We moved to Hollywood, made the big move, so sure this was gonna make it. The band was called Black and Kill Symphony, very Nine Inch Nails influence. Now we're 91, 92, and that was it. We were gonna make it.
That's what everybody
We're
says.
going to look good on stage, you know, in those arenas. So I joined a gym. I remember seeing Yngwie Malmsteen, a Swedish guitar god, rock star, seeing him on stage, and he got really fat. I'm like, oh no, we got to stay in shape. So initially I joined a gym. Last 10 minutes, real quick I realized I am not lifting weights. I thought, okay, it's time to do some kung fu. And time to,
let's do some kung fu, bro.
Bruce Lee fan, big, massive Bruce Lee fanatic.
My man all over the place.
Karate to stay in shape, and that was kind of cool. And then I saw UFC 2. My buddy James, my music partner, the guy I went out to Hollywood with, comes up to me and goes, man, dude at Guitar Center said that UFC Ultimate Challenge thing was real, man. I go, it was real? It looked really? He goes, yeah, he said some Iranian choked everybody out.
Iranian.
Grabbing him by the throat with 2 fingers and just choking right at the trachea. I'm like, what? No way. I go, what about karate dudes? Because I was doing karate. He goes, he beat every style. He beat every style. Fuck. Shit. I was so pissed. And of course, he's talking about Royce Gracie, the Brazilian.
Iranian. Close enough. Close enough.
I hated Royce Gracie, just beating karate guys and kung fu guys. Like, who is this guy? I was sold by that point. I'm like, okay, fuck karate. I gotta go find some of this jiu-jitsu shit.
gotta go in the dark alleyway to go find jiu-jitsu back then.
Jiu-jitsu school in the Valley here in LA. So I show up to the school. I'm ready to sign up. Dude gives me the paperwork. His name is Chadwick Min. She was the head instructor that gives me the paperwork. I sit down, and he goes, you came in the perfect time. Class is about to start. They all come out. There's all these people. They have black gis, though. I thought that was kind of odd. I'm like, always had white gi. Maybe this is a different kind of gi.
Yo.
I'm watching the class, and they're not doing any groundwork. They're like doing like kung fu stuff. And I asked the head instructor when he passed by,
oh, no.
Hey, how come you guys aren't doing any ground stuff? Isn't this jiu-jitsu?
Royce Gracie looks Iranian. Yeah, they were pretty close.
Their cousins, the Machados, are here in the Valley, if you want their number. And I didn't want to offend them. I'm like, oh, no, I like what you guys are doing. I like this. But in my mind, I was thinking,
give me that number.
Machado.
You're lucky you met John Jack and not Hegan, guys. You would have been, there would be no Tim Planet. Look, Quan, he got the gi pants on. I mean, I don't know where the top is. That's Eddie Bravo's style back in the day. I think he's gone over to spats, but he used to just wear the gi pants. Yo, that's not ecological. They teach shrimping there?
You're going too fast, Derek. He's an old man. Respect your elders, okay? Just because you're 14, don't think you're all bad, all right? Or 15. 14. Damn. Time flies.
You got a lot of girls in that class. That's good.
And then master the roll. Feet up and then master the roll. Today we're going to do 3 drills, all based on building posture. That's it. Just posture. So, Ray, the first one, the guy on top, I don't want you to sit back for ankle locks. I don't want you to do anything. No submissions, no nothing. All I want you to do is stand up and totally disengage. Stand up and disengage.
I hate to tell you guys this, but
Ready?
Joe don't got that hair. I'm about to say Joe. Yeah, Joe doesn't have any hair, and also Eddie Bravo don't got no more hair, guys. I'm sorry. Hate to tell you that, guys. Hate to tell you that. That purple belts.
I saw the bun. I was like, damn.
Got a purple belts walking in. Well, he got a blue rash card on, but the other dude got to be a purple belt.
When you walked in with your shade, she's fine. Mila Kunis? Are you kidding? Ready? You know who Mila Kunis is? Mila? She's the one from...
Focus, Eddie.
She married Ashton Kutcher.
Focus, Eddie, focus. You in class, bro, focus.
Ready? Go!
My man might have a little bit of ADHD, but it's all good.
You know, when I first moved to Hollywood, my uncle, Tony, said, do you know what the odds are? He goes, you could go to college, you're smart. And he goes, you know the odds of making it in music are like 1 in a million? I said, I'm that 1 in a million. And he's like, oh my God, go to Hollywood. And I went.
Hey, I think that's Venice, or is that Santa Monica?
You get to Hollywood, Me and James, we didn't even have a band. I put together all the music, he rapped on it, I sang a little bit. That was the first Black and Killed symphony demo. Went to Guitar Center and buy those books that have the addresses to all the record labels and shit, and I just flooded all of them with tapes. And right away, Rachel Matthews from Hollywood Basic is a Disney label, it's some serious business. Right away, they said, when are you playing? We want to come check you out. I'm like, we didn't even have a band yet. I'm like, damn, this is happening way too quick. They go, we like what you're doing. You're mixing up this rap and metal. Like
92, they were ready to find the next, grunge type hit, So they were ready to give money back in those days.
But we were so untight. I was so nervous backstage. Rachel Matthews showed up with Steve Jones. Boom, they came up. They were sitting right there. I'm like, oh, shit. Everything I ever wanted is right here. In the first song, they get up and they walk the fuck out.
Oh, damn.
We watched them all get up and walk out. And it never heard from them again, and we were devastated. But we kept going and kept evolving and kept tightening up the music and all that stuff. And meanwhile, I'm doing jiu-jitsu at the same time. When I walked into Jean-Jacques Machado Academy for the first time, RCJ Machado is what it was called back then. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, okay, either this is primitive wrestling, because Royce didn't fight no wrestler, not in UFC 1 or 2. He didn't fight any wrestlers. That didn't come till later. Either it's primitive wrestling or super advanced wrestling. And I went in there and I got choked 37 times by a purple belt, Dave Meyer. He just put a clinic on me. And most people run when that happens to them.
True martial artist, huh?
Most people's DNA will get activated, like their primal monkey DNA, to say, listen, you just got humiliated here. Everybody in here, you are the weakest one in this room. Mm-hmm. You need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we all been there.
You won't be exposed like that ever again. Get out. That's what most people's DNA says. And when I got tapped out 37 times, I didn't run. Like everyone who stays, we think the same thing. Like, wait a minute. I can learn how to do this to guys that walk in off the street. That was my first goal, was like, whoa, I want to get good enough.
He wanted to beat the trial guy, trial class, trial guy.
You did anything you wanted, and I couldn't.
Guys, don't beat up the trial guy too badly.
The dude that had zero experience. I wanted to be able to run a clinic on it. That was my first goal. If I could do that, because I knew most of the world was that guy. Look at this. Boom. What now? What now, Mr. Flexi Man? Oh, shit. No, you didn't. Man, that was nice. Do it again. Let me see. You were here.
Oh, wow.
You just brought that thing all the way over. Hey, get it. Put yourself in a dead orchard for that camera right there.
Oh, wow.
Cinch it up.
Choke yourself out, kid.
That's a self-inflicted dead orchard right there. It's easy. Try it. You should be dead.
Dang, that's pretty amazing.
This should be the stuff we were working on with Ben. You should jump in on that.
Ben Eddy? Or a different Ben?
You're going to be a dead orchard. Only a few people can be dead orchard players. You got to be a long-legged, super flexible guy. You got to have long legs. I can't dead orchard people. Every now and then, if I'm rolling with a tiny person,
Eddie.
I can dead orchard, but I'm not a dead orchard player. You are, man. You are. I ended up tracking down the Jean-Jacques Machado Academy and just got obsessed and fell in love with it. Mm. But real quick, I realized that when we're in the gym and we're practicing jiu-jitsu, the people on the bottom and the people on top, but for sure the people on the bottom are grabbing the collar and they're grabbing the sleeve and working off collar and sleeve control. Like, that's their fighting stance. And I thought, how is that going to work in the UFC? How's this going to translate if their opponents don't have collars and sleeves? Like, really quick, I thought, and they could punch and elbow. That's a lot of stuff that's different. And really quick, you started seeing Royce caught everybody off guard. Nobody was working on the ground, and he just wrecked everybody. But when your opponent starts really learning what you're doing and addressing the situation, getting to grappling himself. Then
That's Ben Saunders.
Grabbing
Was that the MMA guy? What's his name, guys?
That they're gonna matter, and they do matter.
Nick says, I feel like rubber guard isn't great because you can't move your hips once you go into mission control. I mean, you said it. I didn't say that. I can't even play rubber guard, so I can't really comment on it.
With amazing guards, amazing bottom games, you just don't see it. You see bread and butter, basic, maybe hard to pass, good guard recovery, but no one is really attacking with any kind of system or anything. And that's because most Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts, they believe that if they train in the gi, somehow it's just gonna work out in MMA. It's just gonna work out, and it'll work out.
It just work out.
Gonna make that shit better.
Quan says, I was a huge fan of Tim Planet and rubber guard jiu-jitsu till I started actually training jiu-jitsu. Well, not everybody just is. It's just a very limited number of people that can make it work. Jason Whitfield says Tim Planet has these elaborate warm-ups. They label A through H and are like 10 moves long. They do a different letter every day. Not sure if they still do them. I believe they still have it.
We'll start with Ben's ready to go.
I feel like East Coast and West Coast Tim Planet are different. So Tim Planet's more like regular jiu-jitsu, and Tim Planet
professional mixed martial artist.
West Coast is more like Eddie's jiu-jitsu.
In Los Angeles, training with the infamous Eddie Bravo at 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu headquarters.
She tapped. She choked her. She tapped. Jesus Christ, that was a...
You know what? We'll probably look for a highlight of rubber guard at MMA next.
Jokingly, I do say the infamous Eddie Bravo because, in my opinion, man, he's been basically in the game since the beginning. You know, he had some times where, you know, he was on the foreground and actually commentating or giving his scorecards in certain UFCs. But above all, his evolution of the jiu-jitsu side of the game, understanding that for MMA or street fight self-defense situation, not taking hits is a big part of it, and on top of not taking hits, how to set up your submissions from the clinch game.
Quan says rubber guard is too unnecessary and weird, so I just like sticking with the classical, more well-established styles like Bolos. I mean, Ben Eddie made it work. I mean, he was losing the match till that point.
Beautiful. That's it. Again, when I started analyzing all this, I just started looking at, okay, what is the best guard for MMA? What do you have to do? First we need to shut down the strikes. How do we shut down the strikes? You just look at Henzo and you just look at Hickson. Look at their fighting stance. The fighting stance is important. All right? Because if you're gonna fight in a kickboxing match where you're standing like this, but when you train, you're training like Kung Fu, and you're doing Kung Fu movement, that's not smart. In my opinion, if this is the fighting stance, and this is your defense, you have to work your offense off that fighting stance. If you're training your jiu-jitsu for MMA, that must include your bottom game clinching as if they were gonna punch you. If you don't have sweeps off those clinches, then you're not gonna sweep anybody in MMA, and that's why you don't see it. So that's where the rubber guard came from.
Nick says Danaher's videos about armbar and triangle are really good. When I studied those, breaking posture and attacking from close guard became easy even in no-gi.
From clinch to clinch.
I mean, isn't that what the Gracies were showing? That Eddie was like, it's not gonna work.
Damaged. And
you guys remember Danaher is a Henzo Gracie black belt.
That's the only way it's gonna
Henzo
work.
Gracie.
That's the only way.
So I don't know.
That's what's going on right now, and that's what I've been doing.
The mechanics are the mechanics, guys. I don't know what else to say.
I tapped out Hoyler, and immediately I was like miserable at my job.
Oh, you look like the guy from Office Space.
I'm 33. Like, fuck. I should have sold 10 million records by now. Felt like a total failure to my family and my friends back home. Like, how's that Hollywood music thing going? A friend of mine said, man, you should walk away from that job and open up a school, man. I'll help you. I'll buy the mats. Let's do this. This is the time. You got to strike right now. Walk away. So I walked off that show. I quit. I would rather be broke and teach, be my own boss. I just realized
He
it.
ain't broke,
I just
guys.
realized it. Like, this is what I'm
He LA broke. He might be LA broke.
And be my own boss and not worry about shit.
LA broke because you only got $1 million in the bank.
Put your head on the ground. While all the jiu-jitsu was going on, Hoyler 2003, that blows up. 10th Planet was born, and then little by little, I'm adding schools and growing the association.
Is he gonna explain the name?
60 schools or something like that. The music never stopped. I've been producing music the whole time. The difference now is people know me through jiu-jitsu. They know me as the sports dude.
the sports ball guy.
I appreciate
the murderer yoga dude.
My jiu-jitsu has got me off the grid, making all my money off jiu-jitsu and teaching, and you know, I'm my own boss. I love that. I love that.
Uh-oh, next time. It's a part 2?
I approached EBI pretending that I had a shot to put a jiu-jitsu show on TV.
That makes you know, oh, this dude's about to talk some fucking vengeance shit.
What 55-pound tournament has $20,000 on the line?
Most of the BJJ community is still resistant.
Who doesn't want to see two dudes go for the kill?
Kidding?
We gotta save that for another day, maybe tomorrow. You guys want to watch that tomorrow? Episode 2. Yeah, we'll watch that tomorrow. I'll put it in my playlist. Yes, shout out to Eddie Bravo. That's pretty interesting. Rich Homie Quan says 10 Planet is legit though. They were killing it at EBI for a while and won the first Sakuraba Team Jiu-Jitsu tournament thingy. The quintet? Was it quintet? He said they kind of fell off though after the sweet money started rolling in. That's usually how it goes, guys. Same thing with the Gracies, the Machados, and then Eddie Bravo. Low key, I know he put Joe onto a layer of subculture and Joe ran with it. At first, Joe was engaging, later treated him like a kook. Well, I can't speak on that, but yeah. They you know, they fill the niche at the time, you know. No Danaher likes he likes starting triangles by putting leg over shoulder to break posture. What does Eddie Bravo do? So that is a little bit different than the Gracies. They control the head first and then put the legs in. Yeah, but you got to have coordination to throw your legs in first. Most people think about the majority of people. Are they more coordinated with their hands or their legs? I'm going to tell you it's their hands. Most people's legs are just useless. Most people's legs are just... So that's why we show the head first. But, you know, once you get good, okay, throw the legs. You know, the legs can work, you know, like your hands eventually. So we'll watch part 2. Ooh, that's another one too. We got a lot more 10 Planet. Maybe we'll do 10 Planet this week. You guys want to see 10 Planet this week? Because we got another video by Brandon McCatherine. I never say his name right, bro. The guy from Alabama. So I think we're doing 10 Planet this week. We're gonna watch episode 2 of the Eddie Bravo series. We're gonna watch maybe we'll save this video, the 34-minute video for the final boss. Yeah, I think I might be a little bit more chill today. Talking about Joe Rogan, we got Joey Diaz. You guys know Joey Diaz. He be on the Joe Rogan podcast all the time. Jason says the big thing about rubber guard in MMA is that it promotes you staying flat on your back and hoping you don't get knocked out. Well, that's true. Modern MMA guard is just stand up at all costs, which is smart. I mean, wasn't that self-defense? Get back up. So let's watch Joey Diaz. We got maybe 1 or 2 videos with him, and then we'll look for some rubber guard. I want to see some rubber guard in MMA. Joey Diaz says, I can't wait to go back to jiu-jitsu. Awesome, bro. Joey Diaz isn't letting health issues keep him off the mats. The beloved comedian and podcast host recently appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience where he revealed that despite a tough stretch with his health, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu remains a big part of his life, and he's itching to get back to it. I haven't been to Jiu-Jitsu since November because I've been sick. I had a bunch of problems and I was on antibiotics. I was having a hard time breathing, but I can't wait to go back. That's awesome. After battling through a serious bout of congestive heart failure, wow, and fluid retention, wow, guys, be careful with your health. Shout out to my boy Vinny. Vinny, keep that blood pressure low, bro. Keep it down. Diaz is planning a smarter, more sustainable return to training. Now I'm going to go back and do it a little bit differently. Flow, and a lot more flowing. I mean, he's also older and obviously health issues and out of shape. Diaz also shared his preference for training sessions that emphasize drilling over heavy sparring. They have a blue belt class. It's basically a lot of drilling. You burn a lot of calories in that. Drilling is so important, but you have to go in the daytime. They roll a little bit more at night. The classes are so shut that you don't have time to roll that long. So I would rather drill a long time and then roll once and get out of it. That's perfect for me. So yeah, that's kind of what Joe Rogan. All the famous people just want to drill. They don't want to roll. They just want to drill. I kind of understand. They're super famous. They can't get injured. They got other stuff. So it is a different system for them. I'm gonna be honest. It's a different system for them. The majority of the celebrities aren't going to be in the regular classes like what's the one guy? Not Tom Brady. Obviously not Tom Brady. Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy, is that the guy? Like, he'll be in the class rolling, and some other people will be in the class rolling, but the super famous and super wealthy people, they usually just take private lessons or they're just going to drill. And there's nothing we can do about it. That's the way they make it work. So Joey Diaz, we also got a video about him, or from him. It says motivational jiu-jitsu motivational compilation.
An old man. I know I'm gonna get beat up. I know somebody's gonna tap me 18 times. I already know this going in. And I would get this little anxiety as I was driving to jiu-jitsu. I had to flip it around. I'm going there. Even if I get beat up, I'm gonna be fucking better.
Technical get up. A Turkish get up?
No, a technical get up in jiu-jitsu. I could finally do it after a year of practice in hotel rooms. 5 a day. I would do my right side and 5. You know I'm a nut, dog. Right. You do know I'm retarded. Halfway, people know that. I'm a little stupid. I'm geeky.
Joe said Turkish get up.
I don't like being bad at something. And since we got the comedy work ethic, I know that you could turn anything in life into something if you just keep showing up.
Yeah.
If you just, like for me, jiu-jitsu has been, I suck, Joe, but I could finally do the whole gym hip escape. I'm a black belt at hip escapes. Yeah. To me, today, that's what I do. I'm a hip escape expert. That's what I work on,
Hip escapes are huge.
Bro, and when you learn how to do them, for 6 months I didn't know what I was doing. And then Salami taught me sometimes. Aldous taught me a different, and I put it all together on my shoulder, and now at least I can pick up my ass and push it all the way back.
That's awesome.
For me, those are the little things, I wish I was better. But I know if I keep going to jiu-jitsu twice a week, which is what my body can handle, eventually I'll get somebody an arm bar.
Yo, he got pressure.
I'm taking arm bar.
Take the arm bar, please.
Oh, you got it.
Eventually, because I got funny with comedy. I was no fucking Slip Magoo in the beginning. I just whatever. I just kept showing up, dog. Yeah. You just got to keep showing the fuck up.
There's that, guys. Keep showing up, guys.
Even though I get beat up, I come back every day. It's not all fun and fucking games in my world. I put myself in these positions. I'm a fat fuck. I'm 55 and I'm old. But I'm still slinging thick motherfuckers. No matter what I'm going to do, I'm going to fucking learn something.
He looks a lot better, huh? Look how thin he is.
One thing. Maybe something to do with breathing. Maybe something to do with my stepping. And that's how I look at things now. And it's so weird. Between the ages of 20, 35, I didn't look at things like this at all. I didn't look at the things for the good that they had to offer, but for the bad, like what I thought was the bad stuff. It was the good stuff. When you're doing hip escapes.
1 week away.
Whoo, let me turn that music off. Jesus, they got me, guys. Whoo, that music. I had to pause that. I had to mute that real fast, guys. Yo, that music ain't no joke. Was that Soundgarden? What was that? It might have been. I think it might have been Alice in Chains or Soundgarden. You ain't gonna get me like that, guys. Woo, bro. Yo, we had some Pantera on here one time. That was it, bro. That was it. Some Pantera. Look at Joey Diaz moving, bro. You looking good over there.
81. Woo!
He looking good, bro. He holding the pads. Look at him. Yo. Hey.
Yeah, you're gonna get fucking tired. You're gonna get out of breath. You're gonna get fucking anxiety. But in the long run, your legs are gonna be fucking strong. You know, it's just, you have to look at things for the fucking beauty in it sometimes. And trust me, for years, I was Captain fucking Darkness. I looked at things and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not done. Now I gotta switch them up a little. Over the years, I had to switch them up. And I don't have them. I just retain the guard. I go back to a peaceful place. Retaining the guard is your peaceful place. Nothing could happen to me. I grab you by the ear, I pull you down, I hold you for a couple minutes, I breathe, and I think of my next attack. That's all retaining the guard is, really. You throw me around, blah, 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 I get a leg in there, retain. Okay. I'm like, this motherfucker's strong. The Kimura's not going to work. I'm going to have to go
Kimura ain't going to work.
I'm going to have to fake the neck choke. That's what retaining the guard is. And stand up, I never would do that. I would just steamroll you. I learned that from doing jiu-jitsu. So from me doing jiu-jitsu, I learned something to do to make my stand-up better. Stop, take a breath. Ain't nothing gonna happen. You're in my guard. I got you. I got your fucking neck. You can pull away. I got the back of your neck. You're not gonna punch me. I'm just gonna breathe, clear my mind. We see it in the UFC. A guy gets bit slapped. He goes backwards. He clears his mind, and now he fucking attacks. You know, for years I would fold at that attack pole on stage. Now I go, there's nothing to fold about. This is my motherfucking world. I'm gonna grab him by the neck, pull him in, grab their sleeve out to throw him off, keep him there for 30 seconds. Breathe. And it works in life. It works on stand-up. So I've crisscrossed both of the arts. I thought those guys were crazy.
I think the fact that Joey Diaz, with his health issues, still wants to go back to jiu-jitsu shows that he's a true martial artist.
And every time we had a gig, we'd run 9 deep. And they would be having a conversation. In the middle of a conversation, they would say, no, because... listen, bro, from now on, when you do that grip, don't grip it like this, grip it like this, and grab his collar. And I'd sit there and go, what the fuck are these morons talking about? And then you know what they do? In a hotel lobby. And I'm not talking about a Super fucking 8. I'm not talking about a Motel 6. I'm talking about one of these Four Seasons where Joe would stay with the UFC and we'd all stay there as part of the comedy routine, the comedy show. And they'd take their shoes off in the hallway at 2 in the morning in the lobby at the Four Seasons and start doing toe holds and fucking leg locks. And I used to sit there and go, this is crazy.
Nah, it's still crazy.
These guys so fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, look at these fucking guys. I'd say these guys, they got to be like closet gay guys. It's like touching each other's feet and sniffing each other's assholes.
Yo, Joey Diaz.
I would go do comedy, and then I'd go to my room. They always said, you want to come roll with us? Not fucking really.
You want to come roll with us in the Four Seasons?
And I didn't want to be a part of it. I didn't know what it
lobby.
Was. And I get it now.
Four Seasons really nice, guys. You shouldn't be doing that at the Four Seasons.
The next thing you know, somebody comes to my podcast and they talk jiu-jitsu. Next thing you know, after the show's over, I'm on my back with my shoes off, learning a move with clothes on.
He's on his back with his shoes off.
The only thing ever that I wake up before I go. I got to go to Buffalo next week. By Tuesday, I open up my email and I have 3 people offering me a private lesson at their school, black belt. When I was 400 pounds, you think anybody offered me a diet or let me come take you and run with you or teach you how to lose weight? Never
thought about that.
Ever since I announced jiu-jitsu in my life, I will get 2 to 3 emails from Buffalo and 2 from Indianapolis the next 2 weeks saying, hey, we got a school right downtown. We'd like to invite you to roll, And that's the beauty of jiu-jitsu. Nobody's ever called me a fat piece of shit. I've had more people come over while they were rolling, beating somebody, going, hold on. Come over to me and go, no, Joe, put your hand over here. You see? Pull his belt. That's what keeps me going. Nobody's ever laughed at me. Nobody's ever said, man, this ain't going to work for you. In fact, people have come up to me and said, man, I'm happy you're here today. Joey, I saw you go for the fucking deep half. You didn't get it. You went for it, motherfucker. You feel great. The jiu-jitsu community.
It's unique.
Jiu-jitsu, we celebrate the big boys. The big guys. and big girls. You know, that's a power.
Okay.
That weight.
Somebody said to him,
obviously be healthy. Once you guys be healthy, weight.
Ricky Rock is a black belt.
That's right, yeah.
And somebody said to him, you didn't? And he said, I didn't turn to the music community. I turned to the jiu-jitsu community when I had the cancer. And I always wanted him on the podcast after that, but he's going through some other personal stuff. But just that thing right there, you know, people always want to help you. Jiu-jitsu has been something that I've never, stand up, nobody ever came to me and said, hey, I got a stage, you want to come practice? Nobody's ever said that. Nobody's ever. When I did karate all those years,
going in
yeah, nobody said to me, Joey, do you want to come to my dojang and throw kicks? You know, when I was Joey Karate and I was putting videos up, nobody said, do you want to train karate? Jiu-jitsu's the only thing that people are like, listen, man, you come Saturday,
we stay on you.
I'll do some strength and conditioning with you, and I'll take you to eat a nice steak, my treat, and I'll give you a gi. And you're like, Jesus.
Some people don't even like that. You know, I used to stay on top of Quan. Pause on that. Be like, Quan, you coming to train, Quan?
I won the ADCC or I won the Worlds. It would be an honor for me to come to your school.
Is the Red Roof Inn okay for toe holds? I mean, I would watch out for needles and on the ground, in the carpet. You should be okay.
It goes a long way in jiu-jitsu.
Got you here, right? I got this gi control. I got my underhook. This not going nowhere. Okay? I'm really stuck. Hip here. And my leg goes here, so he can't dip escape.
You know that knee on belly.
And I'm gonna fight the nail.
That knee on belly, bro. Oh no. Oh no, that's that killer knee on belly.
And then look how easy the choke is from here. Tap, you miserable bastard. Tap. Works 99% of the time.
Yo, Joey be keeping his chain on in class.
So you have this little thing. So what do you do?
Joey Diaz, take that chain off.
You do that. You and I both know that if we stop fucking working out, we gain 22 pounds in a week.
Oh, easy.
Okay,
wow.
So now you have to start thinking about your future. You're 28. Your metabolism is already 3/4 fucking cut.
Yeah, I started off at 3/4.
At 3/4. So now, what's your angle? You really
ain't got no metabolism.
24-hour fitness for the rest of your fucking life. You know what? If you're gonna go to 24-hour fitness, you might as well join a martial arts class, and that's your home away from home. That's your getaway. Every time you hear no, every time you take some scumbag's pictures and he doesn't pay you, or, you know, he doesn't like the sweater he wore, you know what? It's going to be fine because you're going to go to jiu-jitsu and either you're going to get choked or somebody's going to choke the fuck out of you. And it becomes a family. And now, no matter what's going on around you, because even if you're in a program, sometimes you go to a program and you leave there, you go, what a bunch of fucking whiny fucks.
23% of the time.
This is where you go, and nobody knows your business. Nobody knows you do drugs. Nobody knows nothing. All you got to do is do hip escapes, and you're going to get stronger. And then you see people that are 60 and they got a black belt, and you're not out beating people up, but it's peace of mind.
Plus, you also see people that used to be you.
Yeah.
You know, you see people a year in that used to be like, man, all right, that dude talks about, he remembers how I feel now. And like he has his shit together.
Fuck, who cares if these guys beat my ass? One of these days, I'm gonna be able to do that to a dude who walked in the first day.
Yo.
That was the goal. I just want to be able to do what that dude did to me. I go, you've been training 4 years, and you look like a fucking nerd. You know what I mean? I go, you can do this? And he goes, yeah, train hard for 4 years. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna be able to do this too. So I didn't care about getting tapped. Like the more I got tapped, the more I'm like, fuck. Yes, I'm going to be able to do this. And I got obsessed. And all I wanted to do was, my first goal is to be able to put a clinic on a dude who's been training 1 day.
Don't let Eddie roll with the trial guy, guys.
I was able to do that. It took maybe 6 months, maybe even a year.
Don't let him roll with the new guys, bro.
To fucking handle the goddamn your business.
That's how some of you guys be at your gyms.
Jiu-jitsu will 100% give you that confidence. Like if anything goes down, you're like, I got this motherfucker. I wreck them every day. You can do that. If you could press a button that gave you the skills to put people to sleep and break their limbs and totally immobilize people and control them, if you could press a button that gave you that, boom, would you do it? Or you think, nah?
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, right? Why?
Nah,
Why?
you don't
That'd be
want
awesome.
Wouldn't it be awesome to like actually
no.
know?
All right, so that's pretty cool. You know, Joey Diaz, bro. I love seeing people like that, you know. That's who martial arts really is for. It's not for people that are super strong and super jacked and, you know, got everything going for them. It's the people that really need it, you know. Let's look for some rubber guard. Yo, let's see some rubber guard. Got a compilation. Hopefully there's no music on it.
So in general, in MMA, when you're on your back, the general census is get off the back. Haldo has the rubber guard.
If it's got
Change
music, guys,
that
I'll take the music out. I'll have to mute it, but we'll keep watching
if you're
it.
winning the stand-up war, or if you feel you can take down your opponent and get back on top. But you will run into situations where the guy's beating you on your feet and you end up on your back. Are you sure you want to get back up? You know, being on your back is better than being on your feet when you're getting beat up.
Right.
So you have situations
what?
like that.
That can be just a temporary thing.
Oh, wait.
or it can be the-
UFC guys. Oh, you know what? I won't play that. Let me not play that. UFC, don't hit me, UFC. Let me skip that, guys. UFC will take the stream down. How much? I think 5 second played. If you guys see the stream go away, that means UFC got me. So moving on, we got Chris Wojcik. He gets his first degree on his black belt. So is that the gi? You're telling me the guy behind the Wojcik lock is a where's the gi? Is that right? That can't be right. That can't be right. Is that right, guys? I'm not trying to click. I keep clicking on it by accident. So it says, looks like he had a short basketball career while being a brown belt. He was a competitive wiffle ball player. Oh, you know what? I can change the article reading. There we go. Can you guys see that? Do you still big brother him in roles? Dude said, absolutely not. He's better. He's way better than me. I had the privilege at the Open to talk to you about how cool it's been from afar to watch you put out some amazing grapplers and really start to patiently build yourself a strong affiliation. Nothing but best wishes. So I guess that's the instructor posted this on Reddit. What was the time span between purple and brown? You added 2 more stripes to your black belt in that period. He says 2 years between purple and brown. My stripes had been a little off as my coach doesn't give them exactly when the time passes. I have been 1 year and a half past when I should get my 4th degree, but I'll get it eventually. He taught a B team when I visited this past Tuesday. Nice guy. He's become a really good instructor too. I thought he was B team. He moved to B team to get world-class training partners he needed to compete at the highest level. He still comes home regularly to train, and we talk almost every day, so he still considers me his coach. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, remember most of these guys that go to these big schools could be your AOJs, could be your Autos, could be your B team, usually are developed by some other coach, you know, that gets no recognition. So that's awesome that they showed that. So Chris Wojcik, he does the Wojcik lock, which is technically a variation on the Kavaka lock. Do you guys know who Kavaka is? You probably don't even know who Kavaka is. Let me find a quick video of him. Yeah, we couldn't play that rubber guard stuff. I will get hit. So Kavaka was really good. Here's him tapping out Cyborg. Poor Cyborg. What just happened? Oh shoot, my bad. I thought that was off. So Kavaka, he was a coach of like guys like Buchecha, and he would do regular ankle lock, but he would also do that cross ankle that the Wojcik lock is kind of based off of. I think this is just a straight ankle, if you guys can see. There, let me rewind it. So right there, he's a tall guy, so it was even scarier when he would do it. That's crazy, bro. His legs were like he's got a triangle basically. Here's Kavaka 12 years ago showing the 50-50 50-50 ankle lock. Isn't that what Wojcik did? That's the exact move Wojcik did, guys. He's showing this 12 years ago. Isn't that what Wojcik did, guys? There you go. So I consider that the Kavaka. So that cross ankle lock. And again, he's huge. He's like, you know, super heavyweight, I think. So it was worse when he would do it. There we go. Yeah. That's a Kavaka lock right there.
Now, even if he tries, he cannot stretch his leg. And where it reaches is where I need it.
Wait, wasn't Jason Rouse showing that detail with the arm? You know, you kind of elevate the leg with the arm. Hey, all this stuff been around, guys. I'm sorry. All this stuff been around. People were doing it before. You know, it's just popularized now. But this 12 years ago, they were doing the same stuff. Same stuff the kids are doing now.
To wrap his heel. And after I wrap his heel, closing my elbow tight, I can do all the details we have seen in the first position. I open my leg, put pressure with my knee, and rotate, finishing the submission.
So a little bit different than the Wojcik lock. Can we see the difference here? I can't spell his name. J-I-K-C? Oh, J-C-I-K. Let's see if he's got a video out on the lock itself. I don't see. Where's his BJJ Fanatics DVD at? I don't see the actual. Where's his lock at? I don't see it. He's not even showing it. Well, we could just watch this video here.
Him as well.
Shout out to Josh Singer.
Tomorrow.
That underneath footlock. Now attacking the knee.
So he kind of gets people here. So if you're going to fight Wojcik, okay, don't get into this leg drag position because he's able to clear. He's so strong, he pull your leg through, even if you got the foot hooked. I think he gets you off balance, but you got to keep the foot on the floor. You see how the foot's off the floor, off the mat, so you can pull it through. You see that? Let's slow it down for you guys. Playback speed. So he can just slide that leg right through.
Footlock.
You guys see? Am I head in the way? You should be able to see it.
Now attacking the knee.
He's able to pull that thing through. He's also, you know, escaping the bottom leg through. Cross over.
Nice.
He locks it low or high. It's kind of high now. And I think he pushes himself to a backside position here.
Heel hook, 30 seconds to points.
So you see how he pushes the leg up. I don't know. He's strong, guys. He's strong. But you see he's able to push the leg up with just his forearm, basically. His forearm and his hand. And then Hinger's got his foot kind of curved in, which actually makes it worse. Now he goes to belly down.
He's going to go for a bachia.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to see. They got the thing in the way. He's rolling. So it's the angle. He actually, I've never seen this detail, but he goes kind of low. Usually I stay high on the shin, but he goes low. Okay, didn't know that.
It's locked in. It's locked in.
So Hinger actually defended it really well the first time. Your defense, guys, is to go into it. But I think he's able to get back into it.
A steamer lock. Hinger's putting all the pressure he can on Chris's legs.
So he probably should have. Okay, now he's doing the right thing, trying to clear this. Clear the 50-50. But Wojcik's hips are strong. He's able to reinforce. You see how he's reinforcing his legs. So he almost like a Kiss of the Dragon kind of entry from the 50-50. And I think he's able to get another bite.
Cannot fight
Can't
hard
come here, yes, and be intimidated by anyone.
Exactly.
So Hinger did a good job there. Maybe he should have stayed on the elbow. I think, yeah. I think, he's just better in this position. And, just dangerous. So you see how he does that? He's able to push the leg up. And I also think his chest mechanics, he's probably got a bigger chest there. That helps him lock it in. So here, you see, pushes it up. And he gets his chest behind, right there. He gets his chest behind the ankle.
And that left leg.
Hinger's doing a good job. He leaves the leg exposed. Was it a heel hook finish here? Oh, yeah. Left the heel hook open. So Hinger was doing a good job. That heel kind of betrayed him. I can't say I would do much better. Yeah, it was tight. This was already tight. Pause on that. I'm not sure. I think it might have been too late at this point to escape. Because once his heel came up, he might have needed to point and try to clear the hill. I prefer more of a running man, so not going this way. I prefer to go the other way if I can't help it.
Look at the
But he was in a strong outside position or backside position, and then Hinger's falling backwards. What is he gonna do? Okay, so lesson, don't stay in 50-50. There we go. There you go, 50-50. Lesson, don't get caught in 50-50 and don't stay in the 50-50. So that's a little bit of lesson there. Was that the Wojcik? I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm a little tired now. I do want to say shout out to IBJJF one more time. They just emailed me 4 days too late, but thank you, IBJJF. Can I pull it up? Can you guys still see me? My internet is. Oh, here we go. Can I pull it up? Let's see. Don't want you guys to see my email address. Come on, get out of there. Can you guys see that? Shout out to IBJJF. Thank you. A little too late to help me, but thank you. I'm all over the place, guys. We still here? Okay. I think we're still here. So yeah, I'm still here. So shout out to IBJJF. Thank you, IBJJF. Thank you. It says, Dear Alec, all documents were sent and analyzed by our team and approved. Check the status of each document. So everything's been approved. So now they can you can see my address on there. Yeah, get out of there, guys. Now I can pay for IBJJF. Now I can pay. So I couldn't do it Friday, but now I'm good to register, but I can't register for the tournament that I was trying to. Just awesome customer service, Over 72 hours of not responding to the email. Just thank you so much, IBJJF. You're just so amazing. Your company is so professional and really makes me proud to have been a member for so long. Basically 10 years with this system. Just amazing, guys. Just amazing. IBJJF. Thanks, IBJJF. When it comes to giving them money, they hit you up fast, right? You gotta pay. But when you need help, we'll be back during business hours. 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. But if when they need that money from your account, bro, how fast does that money come out your account? Quickly. They get that money out so fast, but then on the flip side, you need answers. You need help. I'm sorry, we're on break right now. I just want to be treated sincerely, especially if you've been supporting their organization for so long. I'm just reminded that, you know, there's other tournaments out there that treat you better than how IBJJF will treat you. They'll treat you way better. I'm like, man, they might not be, you know, they haven't been around as long, but they treat you better. You know, if Jiu-Jitsu World League is treating you better, you know, I'm going to say go to Jiu-Jitsu World League or New Breed or something. Because it's just tiring, bro. They be treating you like even when you go to the tournaments, they treat you like I don't know, they treat you poorly. You know, the referees, the event staff, they be treating you like, bro, like you pay a lot of money to do the tournaments and they treat you like you're hassling them, like you're a pest. And there's really no way to voice your opinion. Well, I can voice my opinion because I got a platform. But like, say you had issues with them, you nothing would happen. They'd just send you this email, the same email that they'll send you the same email they sent me. Dear athlete, we're sorry that you've been inconvenienced, but you can still pay us. We'll take your money. We didn't actually help you. We didn't solve any problems, but we'll still take your money, and we're gonna treat you poorly. So thank you, IBJJF. It just makes me want to do some other tournaments. You know, maybe I'll keep pushing people to do other tournaments too. So keep that in mind if you have a business. I'm not saying customers always right, but you should treat them sincerely. That's all I'm asking. Treat me like you appreciate me patronizing you for so long. Yeah, we'll keep going a little bit longer, guys. It says, what is the difference between Craig Gordon and Marcelo and everybody else? I don't know. Basically, what makes someone capable of not just being good, but being able to dominate at a high level? Is it just mat hours and vitamins, or is there more to it? Is there anything in the way these guys learn that we can learn from or replicate? I don't know. Let's see what they got to say. You know, those are some outliers. As my doctor said when I asked why I developed an allergy to certain foods as an adult, if I had to answer to that, I'd have a Nobel Prize. Yep. What's the difference between Jordan, Kobe, and Dennis Rodman? Why are they so different than others? Genetics, natural athletic ability, skill, the systems they've brought up into, being able to train twice a day. Some people just have it, born with it. Most aren't born with it. There's some sort of intelligence involved as well, maybe even some sort of triangle of skill, athletics, and intelligence that works with the activity. The thing is, there's always been a lot of great athletes in jiu-jitsu. It's just life, you know, some things in life are meant for you, some things aren't meant for you. So I'm sure there were people beating up Gordon Ryan and Craig Jones when they were, you know, coming up. And even Eddie Bravo said he got tapped out 37 times when he first started. So some of that's perseverance, you know. They just fought longer than the other people that were more talented. They stuck around longer than the people that were more skilled. They had more drive than the people, you know, that were ahead of them at the time or before. So many factors, yeah. It could be chance, could be luck. You know, sometimes it is luck that gets you that win. You know, what's the difference between Mika Galvao winning and, you know, Cade winning? I think at a certain point it's just luck. Luck and mentality. You know, wasn't skill, wasn't strength or speed or flexibility. It's sometimes just luck. Some gifted athletically, passionate about BJJ, intrinsically motivated at a young age, access to pursue their passion, and luck enough to have very good instruction and competition. Luck probably involved in every step along the way, especially not getting injured seriously and derailing their training when they were still coming up. Some other factors, they say mat time, data retention, physical capacity, stress management, dedication, the right circles to constantly challenge you, development mindset, age you start, how much you enjoy the learning process, genetic predisposition, and so many other factors all play a role in whether you are going to be a high performer. But essentially, if you can get a 14-year-old fanatic and get them to train with world-class athletes, you will most likely end up with an elite performing athlete. Someone said, why is Craig in the same conversation as Marcelo and Gordon? What's wrong with people? I see that I triggered some. Okay, yeah. I would say that Marcelo probably is. I mean, Gordon had a lot of help. Craig actually is very. I mean, Gordon's super technical. Craig is actually very creative. But I think Marcelo should be in a league of his own. And it's only one Marcelo Garcia. Even Mika Galvão is not. He's not Marcelo Garcia. Someone said autism. I know it's a joke in the community, but the few natural freaks I've come across who progress at a very fast rate, I have suspected have autism. It's possible. Marcelo is not in the convo. Some people are just better at stuff, better than you'll ever be. In BJJ, they'll be faster, stronger, have better timing, better reaction time, better coordination, everything. The only way to beat them is to pick parents with better genetics next time. Yo, just pick your parents better next time, guys. Marcelo is a genius. Gordon is vitamined out of his mind, and Craig is the middle ground. I mean, Craig he's elite level. A great thing about BJJ is that it's a sport lots of adults start as beginners and get to do this cool athletic activity. Unlike most sports where adult beginners have already missed the boat on doing the sport seriously at all, a lot of adult beginners get to compete, which is great. But in BJJ, sometimes we forget the difference between professional athletes and the rest of us. In other sports, or even combat sports like wrestling and judo and boxing, they wouldn't even ask questions like this. These guys all started as children. Gordon Ryan and Craig Jones both started unusually late at 15. They dedicated essentially their whole lives to training full time. They were also very talented. There is no comparison between professional athletes and your standard BJJ practitioner in the USA who started as an adult and trains 3 to 5 times per week. If you started BJJ at 25, you probably get your black belt by 35, at earliest 35. You are already way past your competitive prime, and you haven't even competed once at that level. Meanwhile, professional athletes are starting at black belt at 18 to 20 and probably retired by 35. Gordon Ryan seems retired now at 29. Another strange phenomenon in BJJ is the concept of competitors versus hobbyists as applied to adult beginners. Like if you started in your 20s and compete in white belt and blue belt as I did, you're never going to compete at the highest levels. Really, it's hobbyist competitors versus hobbyist non-competitors. Actually, professional competitors are their own level, which we will never approach. Can we learn from professional competitors? Sure. We can learn techniques, and many people do. And many people do have high-level retired competitors as coaches. I think their technical level tends to be just superior, and their jiu-jitsu is so great to learn from. But aside from BJJ techniques, you would be better off looking to someone with a life similar to you. Like, there's no point asking Gordon Ryan how to do well in competition as someone who started at 25 and has a full-time job. What would he know about that? There are people who can get to pretty high levels in these situations, but they're not going to be winning worlds in 2025. Yeah, so a lot of different factors. I think we underestimate luck too, which someone mentioned. We got a how to sew a gi patch on your jiu-jitsu gi. That's not the best title, but it's important, guys. Maybe you got to put a patch on.
So you have
on your gi. We used to have to do that back in the day.
Jiu-jitsu gi, but you're not sure how to do it. Well, you're in luck. We're going to show you the
for you,
proper
bro.
way to sew a gi patch onto your gi at home, just like us, the professionals at Combat Corner.
I might need this because I
Today,
need to put
we'll
a
cover
patch
sewing
on.
your patch on the back of the gi, but you can follow the same method to sew a patch on any other desired location. To start, you want to place your gi on a flat surface with the backside up.
I don't think you can't put it right there.
Grab the patch you'd like to use and place it in the center of the gi. To make sure the patch is centered, use a measuring tool to line it up between the collar and the armpits. To make it easier, once you have the patch centered, use sewing pins, spray adhesive, or something similar to hold the patch in place
secret?
to
I never
limit
did
it from
that.
movement without damaging the fabric. Once the
Then he
patch is
says
pinned,
people are whining
hold
about
your
not
key up
being
to
young
verify
and
it is
getting to
centered,
train much as a
and it's in the
child.
right location.
I'll
At
be
Combat
honest,
Corner,
most people,
we
when they're
use
kids,
and
they got
recommend
so many distractions, they
quality
wouldn't
polyester
train
thread
anyway.
that is heavy enough to withstand the rigors of jiu-jitsu. This depends on the weight of thread your machine is built to use. After you have your machine
I thought we were
threaded,
doing this by hand. I
it's
don't
time
have
to
a
start
machine.
sewing.
Why are
You'll
you
first want
assuming
to
we
sew
have a
the outer
machine?
stitch line around the patch to keep the patch in place. Start by inserting your gi under the machine press or foot and insert your needle into the edge
Yo,
of the
we
patch.
ain't got no sewing machines.
Stitch forward and then backward to lock your thread.
Yo,
and proceed
Quan, why
around
don't
the
you
rest
start
of
your
the
own gi
patch.
company, Quan?
Try and follow a nice even path around
That would
the
be
edge.
kind of cool.
Once you've made it all the way around the patch, backstitch to lock your thread and clip. After this step is done, you can now take the sewing pins out of the gi. A second row of stitching is recommended to ensure the patch will hold during those hard rolls. We recommend the second stitch line is a minimum of a quarter of an inch from the first stitch, but can also be sewn closer to the center. Follow the same locking procedure as before to start and finish the second row of stitching. From here, remove the gi from the machine and trim all your loose threads. If you use polyester thread, you can use a lighter to melt any thread trimmings. Inspect your work. Is it acceptable?
Yo,
Great.
we ain't
Now
got
get back
no
to the
machine,
mat
bro.
where you and your gi belong.
We ain't got the machine. I got to do by hand. You know, that's old school. We had to put it, you getting sponsored. You got to put a patch on. You got to got to do it kind of last second. Nikki says this video is for purple belts and sewing, bro. Yeah, we ain't even in the discussion there. I got some yarn in the needle. I got the thread in the needle, but yeah, that's basically it. So we got a BJJ mobile game. I don't know how this is gonna work. You know, it's gonna be complicated. It's called BEJJ. So you guys check it out for me. I don't know. It says looks pretty accurate. Here's an actual screenshot from the game during stand-up portion. There you go. Here's the stand-up portion, guys. Nothing happens. That's all. That's us. That's us doing stand-up. Someone says I found a video of someone playing it. I don't know if I can. Is that real? Okay, I'll you know, sometimes I don't know if these are real clips, but let's see. Combate. Here we go, guys. I feel like a real Twitch streamer. I got a game on here. Fatigue impact. Yep. What happened? Oh, you got to pick your move. Hey, 2 advantage. No, it's 2 points. Pull guard. Defense, no, pull guard. Defense, pull guard. Yo, I'm a real Twitch. You guys want to see me play this game? Yo, I can't play this game.
Cuidado!
Nothing's happening. Pull guard.
Você primeiro!
Pull guard. There we go. What happened?
Não deixa não!
No. You couldn't pull guard? Okay, pull guard. There we go. Nice. 2 minutes. Time's running out, guys. Put the lasso.
Bora!
Pass the guard. We need more details. Pass the guard. What does that mean? Yeah, defense, obviously.
No, guys.
Where's the attack at? Oh, no. Is he going to pass the guard? Oh, no. Okay, he defended. Nick says, I think people need to focus on grip fighting and pulling into a strong guard so they can attack right away instead of complaining about not being able to wrestle. Yes, true. Yo, even Nick Diaz. I'm about to say Joey Diaz. I was about to say Nick Diaz. Joey Diaz says he pulls guard. He pulls guard.
Cuidado!
Rubber guard. There's no attacks.
Calma.
How are you supposed to win?
Gás.
Calma.
Segura.
This is what most people. This is what the white belts look like when they roll. Oh no! He's stunned on him. Oh
Cuidado.
no! Uh-oh. Defense, defense, defense,
Não
defense.
deixa não!
Defense, reverse. Defense, he's gonna escape.
Segura! Não aceita!
Ah, Yo, even the jiu-jitsu video game is boring. Oh no, our sport is doomed.
Cuidado!
Our sport is doomed, guys. I don't know what else to say. We got meat kick. I don't know if I want to watch that. Wire grappler so jacked. I don't know if I want to watch that.
With Kosei Inoue.
I don't want to watch that either.
I've watched Kosei lift. He's watched.
There's a lot more stuff to cover, but I'm kind of lazy, guys. I'm lazy. He gave up the pass. Must have been tired. Yeah. I don't know about that video game. There's a card game for Jiu-Jitsu as well, if you didn't know, but it's called Road to Worlds by Chokeout Games. I didn't know that. Can we check that out? Road to Worlds by Chokeout. Road to Worlds by Chokeout Games. Oh, cool. Yo, I might. It's from a couple years ago, or last year. I might try to play this game. You guys think I should get this game and play it? It says 10-minute intro to roll. It takes 10 minutes to learn how to play the game? Dang it. Okay, that looks like the art. Little mock-up. Yo, how do you play this game? Alrighty. I don't know if they kept working on it. Did you guys know Dan Lucart had worked on a game for a while too? Oh, it looks like Monopoly. Teach, roll, seminar. You can draw one, choke. Social media. Okay, that might be worth checking out. I don't know if they're still working on this game, guys. But we'll see. I think that's it for today. I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna chill out. I gotta do some research. Yeah, that's basically it. We should be back tomorrow. You know, you guys know I skipped a lot of stuff. We'll watch some more matches and we'll see what's going on in the news and yada yada. Any updates for me, guys? Any updates out there for me? I know we got ADCC Atlanta. I'll pull that up real quick. That's the next tournament. Atlanta. Thank you, Nick. Let me switch it off real fast. Yes, we got ADCC Atlanta, so I can still register. I don't have to worry about IBJF. So you can register up until the Wednesday of the tournament, guys. IBJF, they close it like the week before. And I don't understand why IBJF can't do that. Why can't they do that? The brackets? I mean, the bracket. What? It's a program that does the bracketing. So it goes based off of your seed. You know, the seeding of your points and stuff. The cool thing about this, guys, is that see, they put all the important dates there, et cetera. But you weigh in on the Friday and compete on Saturday, so that's pretty awesome. So I'm me and Jeff will probably go weigh in and then get some sushi or something afterwards. That's great. And they give you a 1 pound weight allowance. IBJJF, if you don't make the exact weight, you're disqualified. So I'm probably gonna hit this one up, guys. Oh shoot, let me see this. I gotta take a screenshot. I'm gonna send this to Vinny. Vinny, if you're watching this, what just happened? Hit the wrong button. Vinny, if you're watching this, you can do the sponsorship for this. I'll just screenshot the whole thing. Yeah, so I might go to if you guys want to see. I might stream. I'm thinking about streaming the IBJJF, but I will only do it if you guys want to see it. Just pop in and see what's going on. Would you guys be interested in a stream like that? You know, I'll just take the camera, take my phone, stream live. Would you guys be into something like that? Because I'm not competing at their tournament anymore, so maybe I can get some views off their tournament. I mean, I still got to pay for parking, so they still making some money off me. But I'll keep asking this weekend see. Oh, it's this weekend, the tournament. So maybe I'll go up there and stream, or maybe I'll just focus on my own tournament. So I'll see. That's basically it, guys. So we'll continue with the Eddie Bravo story. Obviously, you know, very big impact on basically all the grapplers. If you watch any Joe Rogan podcast, you've been influenced by Eddie Bravo in some way. Hopefully in a good way, not a bad way. That's it, guys. Let me dip. Have some good training, guys. If you already finished training, great work. If you haven't trained today, go train. Quan, go train, Quan. Ritomi Quan, keep training, guys. Keep training. That's it, guys. I'll see you, and I'll play myself out of here. Tomorrow, 11 East Coast time. Check out that inverted gear, guys. Check out that BJJ mental models.